Hi, I'm Peter.
And I'm Katya.
Welcome to the This and That Chat.
Wow.
Wow.
You're like very
Animated?
Hi, I'm Peter.
You're the animated one today.
Yes.
We're going to start there.
Ooh, energy.
Yeah, your energy today.
Sorry.
Your energy today is way too much.
Is it?
It is more than I can handle.
Today.
I even had to tell you, give me some space. I was literally in the kitchen making breakfast on the stove, and you were eyeing the next moment possible to
hug you.
to hug me.
Aww. I'm just needing hugs today.
I know, but there's food on the stove. I'm cooking.
I can hug you from behind.
Right, and then you get mad at me because I say,
Give me a minute.
"Give me a minute," and
I
you're like,
know.
"But I'm trying to like."
I'm just hugging you. You can just leave me. Just leave me.
It's not the way it works.
Like a little sloth that's hanging on its mother.
Yeah, worse than a sloth, I think.
Sorry.
Anyways,
So,
I wanted to start off talking about something that was said to you this week
Yes.
that has created thoughts in my brain, and I want you to, bro, like, you okay?
I am now. So let's address the elephant in the room. Pin what you were going to say.
I want to know what's going on.
You're going to
'Cause
know
like,
right now.
You're like,
Yeah,
you look like
you're gonna know, and everybody who's watching is gonna see how many times I looked at the camera this time.
Okay.
Because we have changed our camera
yes.
location.
Is it
several
the little
times.
camera bothering you? The
So
little door?
it was. Oh.
Because it's just the door.
Oh, good. So I can close it.
You can push it this way.
Okay,
Make sure you
hold on.
don't hit the volume.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Is that better?
relief. I honestly was thinking I'm going to get a migraine because there's something obstructing my view. And that's why I was trying to shift to
Okay,
see
hold on.
could I get
Hold on.
out of the way.
So, okay. PSA, public service announcement for Mel. I literally told Katmia today before we started, let's try not to say anything about
Did she say something about that?
She said something to you.
No. That was
Who
Lee.
was it?
Lee, who asked, but this is
No,
what
it wasn't Lee.
Yeah.
It was Sue.
Sue said what?
Sue sent. Okay, hold on. And we're just a mess right now. Mel
Talked about,
talked about something that would have my back.
right,
Right? Okay.
with the driving thing, the
Right.
third thing that she forgot to
Got it.
mention.
And then Leah said something about
have I been gone for
Have I
over
been
a
gone
year
because
because
of
the
all this going
camera
on?
has changed?
Sue was the one who said something about it being distracting that we talked about the technical stuff.
No. So what she said was that it was distracting when you would interrupt my thought to say, "Are you in frame? Is your light on?" Because it was like that an interruption while we're discussing stuff, you interrupting me to say something else about stuff
Got
is
it.
different than it being and I'm in the middle of and you're in is
Anyway,
the light on?
so we can finish this and move on because
Yeah.
of this. So I had said to you, let's not talk. Let's not go through. And we're 3
But we
minutes
have
in.
to. We have to because I'm sure that our viewers have noticed there's been different camera angles. And it isn't because we're trying to be fancy and
Yes.
give you a different angle. It's because we've been trying to find something that when we see it back, it feels like we're trying to... Like the idea that we're having our mind is actually what we're seeing.
Right.
And
And
this
I
has
think
always
this
been...
is finally...
This has
This
always been a conversation between the two of us. And I really disliked the side angle because it felt like the third wheel is listening in. I don't like that, you know? So this feels so much more personable to me. And it's more I don't know. It's more engaging to me. That's what I like. So
Well, we have... The cameras are now mounted on the wall.
yeah,
They're
and not
super out
and
of the
not
way.
in our way because that was the other thing. I don't know if anyone's ever seen the behind the scenes of what it looked like, but there were stands. So I was trying to make eye contact with you between wires and a pole and a camera, and it takes away from the conversation. I
Yes.
could never be on a show like Big Brother.
Why?
I could, because just knowing that there's all these cameras around watching you.
Yeah, but they say you forget about it.
I don't know
They say
how.
because it takes a couple days and then you're just living, and everything is happening.
I guess.
Once the drama
or like
starts-
some
once the drama
Survivor,
starts-
and you've got like
Yeah,
always
but Survivor.
some.
Hold on, Survivor it's got to be horrible. The way I imagine it is these people are starving out on the island, and the
they're like,
cameraman is like,
tell me
is
more
like this
while I'm eating a
he's
Snickers.
eating a Snickers. Okay, like get out of here.
Or hey, cut. Can I get some? I'm like very dehydrated right now.
Yeah, can I get some? I can.
Meanwhile, they have no fire.
Can I get some water with some ice, please?
Oh my god, no, that would be horrible.
Oh,
I
it's
just-
raining. Where's my
Or
raincoat
these
and my
people,
umbrella?
for example, right? Like, look at Duck Dynasty, and then all the others. Jessica Simpson had a reality TV show, The Kardashians, and all that stuff. The having people in your house, in your face, recording all the time, like even shows like Love Is Blind, right? This is, people are trying to put their best foot forward. Hold on, think about this, okay? You're putting your best foot forward. You're making your debut on television, so everybody looks super, super nice, and, you've got your best attitude. All your best features are out. And then the other person that you're dating does something that really, really pisses you off. And now you have to think about, I can't blow up because I'm on camera.
Well, that's why
I
these
can't
people
say
don't.
what I want to say because I'm on camera.
That's why
and then
these people
sometimes
don't
they do
last.
lose it. Sometimes they do lose it, and that's what these people want who are
But
making the show.
that's what we want.
Right? We want to see
Where's
fight,
the drama?
drama. Okay.
But I'm saying that's why these people don't last. They make it through to the end of
And you were-
the recorded stuff,
and you're on,
and then all of
the
a sudden
time.
they're like,
Speaking
this
of
doesn't
being
work.
on.
Wait, hold on. I gotta finish what I'm talking
Oh,
about.
I'm sorry.
What I started with.
Okay.
So speaking with your something about on, you gotta get that out later.
Yes.
Anyways, all right. So something that was said to you this week
Okay.
was that you were a sneakerhead.
Oh yes.
Okay. So this comment came out of the fact that slowly but surely you've started to collect sneakers. And you've got like different Converse, you've got some with designs on them, you just got one that has like sketches all over it.
Such a cool shoe, and by the way, sold out, unavailable.
Really. So there's a bunch of these shoes that you have now, that's become a thing for you. And my thing has been what?
Hats.
Hats.
So you're a hat head.
I'm a hat head, I guess, right? So check out my new hat.
I was going to talk about your hat.
Okay, so this
I
hat,
love this hat.
this hat came from a company in the Netherlands. I gave them
Sweden.
a lot
Didn't
of.
you say?
Well, it's Netherlands through Sweden.
Isn't Sweden in the Netherlands?
I don't know. It says Netherlands on the thing, coming through Sweden. Geographically, let Google tell us.
Bro,
so,
this is the first time I've ever pulled Google, I think.
No, I don't think so. So here's the thing. I took a chance. This is one of those where you do something and you don't know if I'm gonna lose the money. Now,
I'm sorry.
mind-
Sorry. No,
but-
Sweden is not in the Netherlands. They're two distinct and separate countries. Oopsie.
Okay, so here I am trusting my money to this blind company.
Alibaba Express.
It's Alibaba Express. Okay, the name of the company is Capiche Hats.
Oh my.
And I'm
Say
thinking,
capiche to
listen,
your
they
language.
have, but the thing is, okay, so they had a lot of reviews. They had a lot of people that
sometimes.
talked about it. The hats looked amazing. They have 500 different hats. Okay, all bunch of different designs. And what's cool about these hats is, I don't know if you can see. the
Take it
bottom.
off.
I don't want to take off my thing
Why?
because
You
I
got hat
didn't wanna-
hair.
No, not because of my hair. So the bottom of it has like this design, really cool color.
So
This
vibrant.
one has like a shiny like rim. Mm-hmm. So
It reminds me of like a vinyl.
it's like a vinyl, yeah.
Yeah.
So it has like they have like all these hats that are like really cool like this. And one of the things that they had that really just like sold me was the out of the box thinking designs on them, right? So it was like that other company, Clink Room, that I told you that I love them. I've worn a couple of their hats on here, but it took 15 months for me to get my hat because it was a pre-order, and then they were doing it together with ERA hats, and I was like, okay, I can trust them because of ERA hats. But at the end of the day, what ended up happening was I waited way too long, and I'm like, I'm not about that life. So these guys, they said 6 weeks, and I was like, if I don't get my hats in 6 weeks, I'll just dispute it, and whatever, I'll just get my money back. I got them in less than a month, and they come in these absolutely beautiful hat boxes that have like a magnetic fold on them.
Do you know what it reminded me of? Women back in the 50s, when you would go to the hat store and buy yourself a hat,
it
came
comes
in
in
a
a hat.
box. It was like for you to store it. Bro,
Well,
nothing else that you
beautiful.
have gotten has
Nothing.
ever come packaged like that.
Nothing. So I
How
got
many
three.
hats do you think you have? Because it's gotten to the point where we even got a special storage case for
60,
it, where
I have like
there's
60 or 70 hats.
there's a drawer that comes out, and you can like put them all nice and neatly.
I wonder if my mom still has my hats. She has to have them in the house.
Probably not.
Where did all my hats go?
You just asked this for your baseball cards.
I know where they went. Let's not talk about that. No, the Pokemon stuff.
No, I said you had asked this last
There's
week
stuff
about your
somewhere.
baseball cards.
I know. It's got to be either in my grandma's house.
Bro, they have moved.
They moved
twice already.
I know, but they moved a bunch of stuff over there.
And they never said
In
when
other
they
words,
moved.
I got to kiss them goodbye.
I'm pretty
Anyways, so these hats were not cheap because of where they came from, the quality, the whole 9 yards. I spent $170 on 3 hats, and it's kind of roughly hats are about $50 now. And I was like, I'm gonna take a chance. Please let me at least, if I get something out of it, I'll be cool. So the hats came in, and
I hope you gave them a review.
I did. No, they got a review. All 3 hats are absolutely phenomenal.
More than what you see online.
No.
In person,
Yeah.
it's even more stunning.
The quality in it, the stitching, it's like, everything from like the interior, like the inside part, the little, like everything is done in such a way that I was impressed, and I'm ready to order more hats from them.
So for me,
So,
and
hold on.
Oh,
I'm not done.
sorry.
I have the floor. Por favor.
Sorry.
Okay, so something that I always try to do is I try to match my hats to what I'm wearing. That's a thing for me. I've never really done so much of it that it's been very intense, but now that I've been really trying to get like some
You're more
of these
intentional, I think.
unique hats,
Yeah.
I'm being more intentional. For example, you bought me a Roosevelt shirt for the Sandlot, and
I don't know that a lot of people know that movie, but funny enough, it's a
lot of
baseball
people
movie.
know that movie.
Do they
Oh
really?
yeah, that's super famous. So, The Sandlot is one of my favorite movies growing up, and I get this shirt with the storyline about the dog, and I was
It was a
thinking,
birthday gift.
Yeah,
and
and
it's your birthday tomorrow. Woo woo!
Well, it was my birthday on Monday because this comes out on Thursday. So
Way to kill my vibe.
yes, so the yeah. Stop interrupting. What was I saying? Oh, so
The dog story.
Right. So no, not a dog story.
You
so
said.
the Sandlot shirt.
Yeah.
So I got the
Has
Sandlot
dog
shirt.
Story.
Has the dog story on it, and I was like, oh, I need a hat that goes with this. So the first thing I thought was, let me look for a baseball hat, something that has Babe Ruth on it, something that has, like a signature of Babe Ruth, because that's the part of the movie. What happens is that they use a Babe Ruth signed baseball to play because they didn't have money to buy a ball, and this kid shows up with a Babe Ruth signed baseball, which is worth $1 bazillion.
Oh gosh.
And
the dog
chews it up and destroys it.
Oh gosh.
Right?
Okay. I barely remember. I've watched this movie once. Mm-hmm. I barely remember it.
Well, the cool thing about it was that the owner of the dog played with Babe Ruth on the Yankees. So he had a signed baseball with the entire team, which had even other famous signatures on there, including Babe Ruth. And at the end of the movie, the kid gets back a baseball signed with all these other names, and that's how he replaces it. But so my idea was, let me get a hat, something that has like Babe Ruth, something that'll go together with it, that'll work. And as I'm looking, I find that they have a Sandlot Legends hat. So it says Legends Never Die. That's part of the...
Bro, you should have that here to show.
I know. I'll wear it together with the hat, with the shirt one day.
Okay.
So I do have...
Did you bring it?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So I do have...
And this came with it? Or was this extra,
like
add-ons?
So this was part of the package that they had. So this company's called Dugout Mugs. Okay, super cool. So here, I'm going to show the picture first. So they gave you a signed picture. It doesn't want to get into focus. So it's the Sandlot crew, and then it's signed by one of the guys. I don't know who it is because I haven't figured out the signature yet. They have a bunch of different signatures, but this is one of them. So this is what's on the bottom of the hat, on the rim of the hat, and then it says Legends Never Die. But then the top part of the hat, where it says Legends Never Die, is cork, which is the inside of a baseball. Super cool hat. I'm not going to use it for absolutely anything else other than just that one shirt. But this is where this whole sneakerhead thing kind of got to me. Anyways,
right.
So I'm going to show this real quick, and then we'll move on to the rest of the story. So they actually take baseball bats. So this is like, imagine the end of this becoming the end of the baseball bat and this becoming the front of the baseball hat. And they dig it out, and it's a cup for you to drink from.
But look at the
and then
engraving.
They have the
whole crew.
The whole crew. Whatever's on the same thing that's on the picture is on here, edged in.
Cool.
Super, super cool.
Super cool.
So, anyways, so the reason why I brought that up is because... You all right? I'm
stuck.
I am in a confessional situation.
Okay. I hit it. I'm sorry. I'm uncomfortable.
I'm in a confessional situation.
Right now? Ooh. Okay. Come to mama.
I am a closet sneakerhead. You all right?
That did not go down like water. That actually hurt my throat, actually. What? Okay. I'm sorry. I feel like you're going to be very upset with how much I moved my mic around in my chair and all that stuff.
Just relax.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Whoa.
Yes.
Wait. What?
So.
How would you even discover that if you don't even have that?
Because that's something I haven't done. But something that I always look at when I'm looking for a hat is a shoe that matches it.
Stop.
But I don't do it because I don't want to start that waterfall.
Monster.
Yes. Yeah.
But you've been getting more and more into that idea because you've seen my sneakers.
Yes.
Bro.
When you got your sneakers this week, I was like, that's not fair.
Bro.
I want some shoes like that.
Bro, why
Those shoes.
don't
Hold
you?
on. Your sketch shoes, the ones that had the doodles on it. I was like, bro, I would kill in those shoes.
And guess what? Those were the female version. They have a male version.
I'm sure they do. Bro. When you sent me, there was some shoes that you sent me. No, I sent them to you. With it was like an angel, like drawn angel high tops, remember?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so that's the website where I look at a lot of my shoes.
Oh my gosh.
Where I'm like, they have some shoes that would go really, really cool.
Bro.
They have some stuff that I'm gonna have to show you later on. But
this revelation is so amazing to me because for me anyway, being front and center to your life, this whole you matching or even forget the matching, you being invested in what you're wearing is new for me. Okay? Because historically, you have always never shopped for yourself. You know what I like to wear. I'm the one who buys your clothes. Whenever we would go out, you'd be like, pick something for me. I could never have you pick something for me. I could have you pick something.
You know why I was doing that? Because
from a thing that I give you. Pick something from here.
I was doing that because I'm just trying to like. Okay, so what happened on this last trip when we went up to go see the kids? I picked up some new shorts with some new colors. Okay, yesterday we went out to the comedy club, and I wore the Roosevelt shirt that you got me, which was
the Tom and Jerry. And it's like a newspaper comic,
like a newspapery
strip
right kind of thing. And I put on the
salmon
color shorts. Okay, and here's where the kicker was. I looked at myself in the mirror, and I said, "Mel, cover your kids' ears." I said, "Son of a bitch, where's my hat and where are my shoes?"
And did we
saw the Tom and Jerry shoes, which look freaking phenomenal because it's Tom and Jerry chasing. They're chasing each other. And then I was like, I didn't order my hat because I'm an idiot. It's a white hat with the drawings of Tom and Jerry. And I was like, if I would have gone out dressed like that, like, that's dressed to kill.
And these shirts call attention because people will talk to you about the shirt.
They do.
Because from afar,
Yesterday
it just looks like, like a regular button-up shirt. But then when you get closer, and their designs, I feel like we're customers for life.
Oh, 100%.
I'm just waiting for Halloween to come out or Christmas to come out.
The lady at the store
Jaws
yesterday.
Shirt?
Yeah, the 50th anniversary.
Yeah, but did you see it? Where it's
Which
Amity.
one? There's like 3 or 4 of them.
It's the one
the Amity one. Yes.
With the big yellow island.
Yes.
OMG.
Yes. And you saw the hat. They have a Jaws hat.
They have a Jaws. I didn't see the hat.
Yes. So
but it's like part of the movie, like little things from the movie.
So the hat is blue, and then it has the white. The center is white with Jaws completely just coming out, like in the front of the cover of the.
Oh my gosh!
Yes.
And the alien shirt is so adorable because it's aliens, in life,
just like normal stuff, like drinking coffee in the office and that kind of stuff.
So cute.
So, anyways, you may have.
Oh my gosh! Okay, so I just want to say
we may need to get our closet redone to hold shoes.
Well, listen, I was actually going to say, you got your thing for your hats. I was thinking I need something to put my shoes on display just because I don't want to keep
We need to go to IKEA.
We have a date. July 27th.
I know.
It's our IKEA
but I'm saying
date.
Our closet.
This will give us enough time.
Is unfortunately it's wrecked.
Yes.
Because we have stuff that doesn't have a place. to go in. It's
But
not like
also-
it's not disorganized. It's just
Well,
it has stuff.
Well, I'm going to say this. It's because it lacks space to organize that it's disorganized. Because,
Right, because
it's
it
very
only-
all it has is for you to hang and a shelf on top. We need shelves. There's a lot of things in boxes, so it's not
Yeah,
ideal.
like my hats. Like we bought the rack for the hats, but that's just sitting out in the living room.
Right.
You know,
That should be
It should be in there.
in
It
the
should be
closet.
together with the shoes, with the shirts, with like
Mm-hmm.
they're like I have a really good idea for how that closet's gonna look, which is gonna be phenomenal because it's
I gotta tell you
super
something.
long, very nice walk in.
And I gotta
so
tell you.
one side to one side is gonna be
I feel that it should extend out to where the vanity is.
and walk into the closet to go to the bathroom. You need to rethink that.
What if it was like that's where the hats are and the shoes are on the bottom and then you walk into the closet? It's like a pre-closet to the closet.
We can discuss this later.
Okay, but back to it, okay? I have never
I don't
been
know. I think it should be a vanity.
okay,
But
just a better vanity,
useful-
a better one.
It's like that vanity's from
Everything
the
is
80s.
1980s. Yeah, exactly. So it's very outdated, not very practical. Okay, so I have never been the type of woman who's like, get me jewelry, buy me purses, get me shoes. That's not me, right? If you could turn the camera around and look at the room, that's me, right? Probably worse.
Well, you can see a little bit behind you and a little bit behind me.
And now just imagine a whole room of that,
Yes.
right?
And there is a whole room of it.
There is a whole room of it. But
And we've snuck in a couple little things that are.
But now having a full-time job where you're walking, I walk a lot, right? And it's this is not an office job where you wear heels or anything like that. It's sneakers, right? Well, for me, I mean, I've seen people show up where I feel bad, like this is the only sneakers they have ever owned.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like it's falling apart. It already squeaks and it's not even wet. Like, it's bad, right? I feel that the way that you're dressed gives some sort of impression to patients when they're coming in about the quality of care they're going to receive.
Well,
I don't know if that's
and you've told
me or not.
You've told me that you've had already a couple times where you get people to comment on your shoes because you
Yes.
have your bright pink shoes that you wear.
Like hot
Your
pink.
your hot pink shoes. You get comments on those, and the first day that you wore your doodle shoes, you had somebody comment on them. They're that unique. They're that great of a shoe.
You know, so to me, it's something that it's a useful thing to me. Purses, multiple purses, that is not useful to me, right? I do have a couple of different purses, but it's again practicality, right?
And they're more size related though.
right.
You're
There's like my big bag, and
right,
then
and
there's
then
the
your small one,
crossbody.
and you have your little one if
my-
we're going to
Yeah,
whatever.
something, you know, that a
That's
little
it, right?
refined.
The only three?
That's it, you know, and my backpack that I wear to work because I love it, right? But
But
that's
see, your backpacks are practical though. We have like 3 or 4 of them.
I have 3.
The Beauty and the Beast.
And I have a pink one with the little cat ears. That one I'll wear when we go to the parks
Yeah, but you
or
had
something.
it was Beauty and the Beast,
The Harry Potter one
the Harry Potter one.
and the pink one.
That's it?
That's it.
I thought there was one more. Why did I think there was one more?
Maybe we were looking around. I know you've shown me a couple when
Yeah.
we go to that store. But so to me, it's about practicality, right? And heels, what do I need? I need I have 2 sets of heels just because of color, right? And 2 pairs of
But
sandals.
let's be fair. You're not a heels person.
I'm not. But sometimes you need a heel, right?
I know. But usually when you get a heel, it's something that's very small. Just so that you can click clack. Honestly.
Yeah. Because that's just not me, right? I'd rather be in flip-flops or
Yes.
Converse,
Yes.
really, right? So with the shoes, it ended up being something where I feel that wearing scrubs, you don't really get to express yourself very much, right? Because even your nails are a problem.
Oh, show me your
Okay.
nails. Very 80s vibe.
Very 80s vibe. I don't know if it's even in focus or not, but even your nails. I'm not allowed to have this.
Why not?
Do you see how very subtle it is? I'm not allowed to have this
Why not?
because it's could chip off and come in contact with the patient. If I were in surgery, I get it. And
Hold on,
even then,
just in
you're wearing
case-
gloves.
Just in case people missed it.
Okay,
They're
but
rolling.
right, and they can't be long, and there's all of these things. So I don't know if I told you this, but the last time that infection control came around, I
I'm yawning like crazy.
I was waiting just to know that she had moved away from my area so I could take my gloves off, because as long as they can't see it, they can't ask you, show me your nails. They've got to see it and have it documented. Nails were a problem, which
So
we've
you just
already
had-
gotten that. We've already gotten that. Hey, make sure, remember the nails and everything. And it's funny because there's a girl that works on the other side where she has like the long acrylic nails. Not super, super long, but they are long. Okay. And they're very colorful, very eye catching. And I told her, how do you get away with having your nails like that? Especially, they're here today, right? And she said, oh, I already told my boss. If they say anything to me, you have to defend me. You have to say I was going out of town and you called me into work. Because this is my one thing that I can dress up and I'm not going to take them off.
Yeah.
And her boss does cover her. So
Oh, they
when
can.
the
They can
lady,
only happen a couple times.
when the lady passed by my room, she goes, my goodness, this room is clean. You can smell it in the hallway, she said. Because when she walked in, what she see me doing, cleaning, because that's the only way I can have my gloves on, I cleaned every corner. And while she was there talking to me, I was still cleaning. Until she was like, okay, I need to keep moving on.
Well, you got it. I'm a germaphobe.
So every time she comes in, I make sure I clean.
Well, if you do that every single time,
That's it, you know? And I feel like it's nothing big. But anyway, to say, it's a very regimented what you can and can't have, how you dress. It's all one solid color. It could be Memorial Day and we can't,
but your shoes can be.
but your shoes can be anything. As long as they're closed-toed shoes, you can wear anything you want. And so to me, that's my expressing myself,
And it's funny because
along with all my little pins.
Yeah. It's funny because so when we went to the Dodger game, you went in your scrubs and just threw on the Dodger shirt because the blue matches. It
Yeah.
works. And you had your pink shoes on that day, and one of the players on the Dodgers wears super bright colored shoes when he plays.
And they talk about
And
it
they
all
talk
the
about
time.
it all the time. So it was funny because it looked like you were wearing
A fan.
a fan of Teoscar, but yeah, so that's fun.
So that to me has become the thing I'm collecting now, where I even told you when I sent them out there, I was like, please don't be mad. Because I don't need more tennis shoes.
Right.
I have enough tennis shoes that they will wear for years because I don't wear them every day. But,
Yeah.
oh my gosh.
And I love for me, I love like the odd color stuff. Like this is a step out for me. It's stuff that I haven't really used, but something that I've always told you, like a lot of my stuff that I wear are darker colors. Mm-hmm. But like I don't mind. I enjoy some of that, the brightness of the, like I have a yellow shirt that I got that says some words on it that I can't wear on the podcast, but I'm a ray of something sunshine. It's nice and bright. It really calls attention. When I saw that shirt, we got it at Spencer's.
That's right.
When I got it, I was like, oh, I have to get. When I saw it, I was like, I have to get this shirt, you know, and it's fun to me because it's like, it's a color that almost doesn't you would say, nah, that's not something you would wear. But even my tattoos, like I'm very color.
Less?
What do you mean?
Or you say because
No, I have everything is
yeah,
in color. I've got.
everything. Yes.
I always add some sort of. I don't
I-
have any black.
I was gonna say that your tattoos are dark. Oh, excuse me.
I don't have
from when they
any.
started. When they started, your tattoos were a little bit dark, and I feel like you have put it a lot of color into it now.
Well, every tattoo that I have has color in it. It's evolved.
Right.
So
And it's so funny because to me, these colors that you're wearing, they look so, so good that I'm a huge, huge fan, right? So where you might feel like, I don't know if the shirt's like too much, right? Which I asked you about that today. There is a Scar shirt from Lion King, from Roosevelt's. that
I sent you that shirt.
No,
though.
sir. I sent you that shirt, and we will pull the receipts if you try me, okay?
Pull them.
Because,
Pull them.
bro, and can I say before I even look it up, you said, I don't know about the purple. Because you did not like the fact that it's bright
Okay.
purple.
When I sent you the Goofy movie one, what color was it?
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
No. I don't want to do the receipts right now. We're going to post them on the chat. Receipts.
No.
Confirmed.
No.
You want me to pull it right now?
No, we're not going to pull them right now.
Okay.
What I am going to pull right now is I'm going to show them something new that we got.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes,
I'm
so
I'm going to pull the
exciting.
mic. So my audio is going to go down a little bit, but I need the space to be able
Bro,
to show
I'm
it.
trying to type Lion King, Lion Ming. That's from Temu.
Ling Ling.
Hold on.
All right.
Scar. Hold on.
So,
Dun 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 dun.
something. Hold on. How do I do this? Something that we wanted to get. Because we're upgrading our library area, and we're kind of like really making it our own. Like our corners have really developed a lot of character. Oh wait, hold on. Before I share this, I have to talk about this.
Oh.
So it kind of goes together with it. Hold on. Let me put it there so it doesn't fall. So we went shopping the other day because you're going up to see the kiddos up at the land at your sister's and
My parents.
your parents' house up there in the Carolinas. And every time you go, you always take a bunch of like different clothes and like little like knickknacks and stuff for the kids and that kind of stuff. So we went shopping to go and find like little stuff to take them. And as we're shopping for the kids, we're shopping for ourselves. So we are literally buying. Hold on. So this is just a little bit of the stuff. So like I'm buying Legos, okay? Like little Lego stuff.
Well, but has anyone actually even seen our corner? Like your corner is very, very full.
I got my little
Mando.
Mandalorian bobblehead guy.
But I have Mando too. Hey, you got Mando as well?
Yeah, but mine's a bobblehead.
Oh, okay.
But like we've got like a
You've
bunch
gotta,
of like
you've got to post a picture.
yeah, we'll show it. So like it's become like this thing. So we went up to the register, and I put all of our stuff first. You have the Bowser there?
Yeah.
Show me your Bowser. So there's this big old Bowser, and like
So Bowser's my favorite, and I didn't want something that big.
but it's so cool though.
But
It
it's so
lights
cool.
up.
Oh, it does.
It does light up,
I
yeah.
don't even know what it does. I haven't even taken it out of its box.
It's literally just for the
oh
counter.
my god, it does light up. Does he throw out smoke as well?
Yeah, he throws out smoke.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Wow. Anyway,
So
always choose him in Mario Kart too.
So we go in there, right, and we're just shopping around, looking for stuff for the kids, and we end up getting just a pile of stuff. I got like Legos and like little,
Bro.
like, bro, I bought a kid's
You bought
Little
a Little Tykes.
I bought a Little Tykes. It was an alien and an alien in a spaceship with a cow and a farmer on the bottom. Okay, I had to get it because I don't know if you guys can see it. I think you can see it there. Hold on.
No, right there.
There.
Upside down.
It's
Turn your head.
It's upside down, but it's a little spaceship alien guy taking up a cow. Anyways, I saw it and I was like, I gotta have it. And I put it on my shelf and it's like so cool. I'm like,
so
it's so
fantastic.
fantastic, you know? So
It's so funny because when you're checking out,
yeah, I take
we
all
tell
the
them,
stuff and I separate it. Yeah.
Yes.
And
this is for us.
yeah,
This is for the kids.
so it was like $60.
But bro, the
in
way that she looked
toys.
at us like, what do you mean? It's for us.
Yeah. So I was like, separate that because that's for us. And she's like,
Living our
she
best
kinda looked.
childhood.
She looked at me like a little bit side eye. So I explained to her what it is that we were doing.
You explained.
Yeah, I told her. I go, we have our little space where we have some shelves and we're getting a lot of like little nostalgic things.
Honey, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but you have to move the sign. It's very severely bothering my eyes.
This okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show it now.
Okay.
So we ring it up and it's $60 worth of stuff. And I was like, okay, we'll ring up the rest of the stuff. And for the kids, we bought like $35 worth of stuff. Mind you, you've bought a lot more stuff for them.
Yeah, these were just like
like
little
other little things. But we ended up going in there spending $100, and most of it was on
For us.
toys for us. Anyways, so
Yeah,
with
when
that
you
said,
disappear at Marshall's, that's not a
forget
good
it.
thing.
That's not good.
It usually works the other way around for spouses, right?
Yeah.
The husband doesn't want his wife to disappear.
and this is the second time this has happened.
Yeah.
Once was at Marshall's, and the other time was at
TJ
TJ
Maxx.
Maxx. TJ Maxx was bad.
But the thing is, we go to the clearance section. A lot of this stuff is
I
on
know,
clearance.
but
Nobody
the
wants it.
The TJ Maxx, like the TJ Maxx haul, was bad.
It was so good, though.
It was good.
So,
It was
good.
Anyways, all right. So I'm gonna move my mic so I can show you this.
Dang it. I want to show them our little potato heads.
Oh, it's in the back right there.
Oh, is it? Okay, while you show the
While I
sign.
show the sign.
While
Okay,
you show
so
the sign.
so check this out. So we have been upgrading our little corner.
Ooh.
You got him?
I forgot we got this.
The Book of the Dead. Okay, you got to grab it out because it's making a lot of noise.
Oh, geez. I'm sorry.
Okay, so we've been upgrading our little corner, and we've been putting like different stickers, different like little stuff like this.
Why are we so cute?
That was at Five Below. Five Below was another place that
That is a dangerous place.
we wrecked that place.
Listen.
Anyways, so we wanted to like upgrade our little corner, and you guys have seen it in the behind the scenes where we took the library, we took the closet, and we made it into two little nooks, one for me, one for her.
Have we shown that?
Yeah, from when we showed you can see it in one of the pictures that we posted.
Oh, okay.
And so we have this little wall that's in between us, and I had an idea about getting a sign for the This and That Chat because this is our podcast studio at the same time as it is
The library.
the library.
/ the
So
office.
I went on a hunt and found a company that makes neon signs. And I went through the process, sent them the stuff. They sent me a proof, and I approved it, and we got our sign a couple days ago.
And
the
here it
reason
is.
I told you about this is because there's something else that's coming from this conversation. But let me show you the sign first. Let's see. Holy shit.
Isn't she a beaut?
So that's
This is our logo. This is our logo.
Okay.
Come to life, essentially.
It's kind of like too dark. You can't really see all of it, but
Can you see it good, though?
yeah, like your face is dark though on there. So is
That's
mine.
okay.
But
We'll post a picture of it on our Instagram.
all right, hold on. So let me move this. Let me just
There we go. Oh, the relief.
Better?
Bro,
So it's very bright.
I feel like my eyes got fried. No lie. Ouch.
So, so if you look at it, what I approved on
You
it.
must not read from the book. What movie?
No.
Bro, please think. Please. I believe
Oh,
in
is
you.
that Mummy?
Yes!
It took me just a minute, but I got it. Redemption. Redemption.
Please.
Okay. So on the sign, when they send you the proof.
Right now,
it's
we're
this,
putting a
like-
picture of it for you to see
Well, no, hold on.
at 1 minute and 8
Okay.
seconds. No, I mean,
I got it.
okay.
Hold on.
1 o'clock.
Hold on. I'm gonna send it to you. That way we know where. So it's at. Okay. That way I know where to put it. So I'm gonna put it on there so you guys can see it. Right here, if you look,
Side by side.
okay, this and or is that a dollar sign,
That's what I wanted to know.
bro?
The moment you showed, so you take it out of the box. Let's do it, right? You take it out of the
It's
box and you're like,
unboxed.
look. And I'm looking at it just like in the awe of it. And then I think we were both reading it at the same time. And I'm
We
like,
immediately both of us saw it.
we both look at each other like, huh?
Okay, so here's the problem.
Huh?
It's a digital mock-up.
And
It's a digital mock-up of the sign when they send it to you to get approved. Now, there's no, hey, you guys messed up on the sign. I approved the design. So we are stuck with the dollar sign and the dollar sign that chat.
this dollar sign chat.
Okay?
Okay, but listen, here's the thing. We went back and looked at our logo. Okay? Because they take the picture of our logo, which you're putting up a side by side so they can see. Okay? And you can clearly see that is not a dollar sign. But whatever program they used picked up
That's
a dollar
what it picked
sign.
up.
That
And-
was our job to tell them,
Yeah.
hey,
So when
dollar
you look,
sign.
when you look at the mock-up of it, it looks like there's a little line that's crossed through it. It's a neon sign mock-up. Don't shake your head. Whatever.
I saw the picture.
It doesn't matter anymore. Don't make me feel worse about it. I screwed it up. Leave me alone. I'm putting some white stuff.
No, you have to leave it. Poll right now.
Okay.
Do we leave the sign the way it is or does it need to be fixed? Because I think it captures us so well. What a screw up. What a screw up right there. Something so simple. And look at that. So
Bro,
what did we say was the theme song of our life together?
ain't no rest for the wicked.
Money don't grow on trees. Okay. What are all the money sayings that you have?
Listen,
I'm not an ATM. Or wait, is it I'm an ATM?
I feel like an ATM. Listen, honestly,
You got to spend money to make money. That's another one you tell me.
that's the one that hurts the most. Because it takes so long for the money to come in. It's like, oh. No, and then the best thing about it is that this happened on a week that was just brutal for the bank account because all of the car insurances need to be paid. Or already were
This
paid.
is like the 6
So
month
it's like,
thing.
yeah. So car insurance was paid. The business insurance was
Tags
paid.
renewed.
The tags were renewed. Like, happy birthday to me. Fuck that. Let me get you with everything all at the same time. My goodness, it was rough. It was rough.
So
Thankfully,
that dollar sign is there as a reminder.
sheesh, it was. It hurt. It was a spicy.
It is funny though.
It was.
It's funny.
And when you turn it on and you'll
And
see it from
nobody
far.
noticed because
yeah.
we did give my family a preview.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they just looked at the sign for the sign and now they're going to notice it, which
Mm-hmm.
I think is just
Yeah, I mean when it's on and like you see it from far and that kind of stuff, it doesn't stand out like screaming at you.
It does.
It does to us.
It does.
No, it does to us. But
No, it will to everyone.
it will to everyone now. But anyways, it was just one of those things where, okay, I guess I guess it's staying the way that it is. But it's gonna go on.
Pockets ain't empty, cuz. That's another one. Bro, did you notice this episode you've been talking about money?
Why?
$160 on my hats. $60 at TJ Maxx haul. Bro, and now we've got a money sign on.
The name of the episode: Peter's an ATM.
Oh my god.
Money don't grow on trees.
Wait, dollar sign, okay? Money coming out of my A dollar sign, dollar sign.
That's it right there.
Oh my god.
Oh man,
That's so
Jeez.
good.
This is too
much. Oh my gosh. So, it's your birthday yesterday. Tomorrow, yesterday. And
No, it's
it's tomorrow for me, yesterday for them.
no, it's like 3 days ago for them.
What do you mean? Oh. Were we ever on Tuesdays?
Bro, what is up with that?
Huh?
What do you mean?
We never were on Tuesdays, no?
We were.
We were on Tuesdays before?
Yeah, we moved it to Thursdays to give you more time.
To give you more time. We were never on Mondays?
At one point, too.
I'm so confused. Okay, bro,
Since-
you look so different without your glasses.
I know.
Wow. Bro, and without that beard, you know, if you took your beard off, I feel that people would
No.
think I am with a younger man.
No.
100%. 100%, bro. You without that beard, in the beginning,
I
looked
can't wait to get
already
my new glasses.
like I was dating a younger guy.
My new glasses are gonna. I think I made them worse. Did you bring the thing? No, you didn't.
Did you need me to? What's wrong, honey?
I just made it really bad. Now it's like I'm not even seeing through them.
You poor thing. I'm going to fix them for you as soon as we're done. But
Go.
my point was, without that beard, you look like a baby.
Like a baby.
Like a baby. Okay? Am I wrong or am I
hold
wrong?
on. Let's be fair.
Oh my God, my eyes are burning again.
The last time you saw me without a beard was 15 years ago. Mm-mm. What do you mean?
15?
Mm-mm. 15 years ago. Yeah.
Okay, we were living in Palm Breeze. That was not 15 years ago.
Bro, in Palm Breeze?
In Palm Breeze,
So we've
sir.
been at this house 9 when did I cut my beard off in Palm Breeze?
And I even told you, I can't look at you. Don't look at me in bed.
I don't remember.
Nikki cried. You said you made a mistake. Remember? And you cut it all off. Oh
No,
my
I
gosh,
left a
I'm
goatee.
So sorry. Oh, maybe you left a goatee.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I can't even look at you.
Well, it took me a while to grow it back out, but 15 years ago.
That seems... Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right.
It's been a long time.
It has been a long time.
It's been a long time. So you can't say that I'm going to look like a baby when you haven't seen the old man underneath this beard.
Bro, there is no old man underneath this beard.
There's an old man. Look at this. Look at the color. Look at the color of this
That's deceptive.
beard.
What's underneath
you know what
that
I'm gonna
beard?
Do? You know what I'm going to do?
Skin.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to just ferment my beard. Just for the laugh behind it. Yeah. You imagine me with a black beard?
I don't need to imagine you. There's a man who comes, a regular patient who comes, and it's so black. It looks like he took a Sharpie and painted himself. It's so bad. So bad.
Remember someone who did that?
Yeah, I do.
No, not that one.
Oh.
We already talked about that. I showed a picture of it. Remember? You don't remember. We showed up at my dad's house.
Your dad did that?
Bro, my dad did Just for Men.
For real?
He let his he yeah, it was bad.
What?
We laughed so much that he shaved. The next day, he did not have a beard.
Whoa!
He only left his mustache, and then he let that grow out.
But your mom must have said, "Oh yeah, it looks nice."
Bro, I don't know. I think he was trying.
He was lied to. Poor thing.
He was. He never did it again. He only did it once.
I don't remember. I told you my dad dyed his hair.
Your dad would look weird with his hair dyed.
He did though.
When?
He decided.
Because your dad has had gray, like full head of gray hair since his 20s.
Yes. Because
So,
he's got that.
I've
that thing.
never, I don't know, I've never seen him with. This
it's-
didn't happen after I came.
No, this was right before.
Okay.
Okay, so, he got a box, and he showed up at the house, and he said, "We're dyeing my hair." Okay, and it was me and my mom who did it. Right? We read the box and we did it. Mind you, interestingly enough, I don't remember reading the box to make sure that he'd gotten the right color. To this day, I can't tell you.
Did you do it black?
He bought black.
Okay.
Okay. But I can't tell you if the box said black or if the boxes inside got mixed up with the liquid.
Okay, hold
And
on.
it said black and
But-
it wasn't.
Okay, but you have to also remember the fact that he has gray hair, but his hair is a different type of gray.
Right. So maybe
Because-
maybe it wouldn't
Yeah,
take.
it wouldn't take.
Maybe.
So what did it come out?
Well, it was like a deep burgundy. Okay. And as we are finishing the
Oh, I
dye,
have seen your dad with dark hair.
okay, listen.
That picture
we
that you sent me.
laughed. We laughed. We were laughing so much that it's like you can't see, but you're still coloring, right? And of course,
Was his
like
hair dyed in this picture?
no, because that's his picture when he's younger. That's
The-
before it started turning.
The one where I said pimpin' ain't easy.
Yeah, no, that's his younger. I'm so sorry. If people are like, "Oh my God, she's about to poke her eye out." Allergy season for me is like, ouch.
Where was
It
that?
starts like that. I don't know, but he ended up with this deep burgundy hair that was so bad. I want to say he either cut it off or he.
Well, that's what's easy about. Oh my goodness, I'm scrolling back, and I'm finding myself with my beard dark.
Bro, just because your hair is white doesn't mean that your face is gonna be old.
Oh, my face is old.
Why do you say that?
Because you look in the mirror and you see the darkness and the wrinkliness.
Bro, what wrinkliness?
I work
Those
in
are
the
laugh
sun.
lines.
I work in the sun.
Those are laugh lines, bro. Bro, if it wasn't
That's
for
so
you,
funny.
yeah, he was probably like 23 there.
Oh, let's
Probably
see.
like Michael's age.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Okay. For you, I would almost want you to shave it off just so you could see yourself.
No way.
But just so you could see yourself. And then immediately put it right back on.
Because you can just glue it back on.
Bro, how many years has that beard taken to get to where it is?
Yep, and it's a little bit wild right now. I told you
It's
this
time
morning
for you to
give it a little.
Your face was made for a beard.
It was 100%. 100%. And I know that like there's nothing short of me getting alopecia. Isn't that what it's called?
Why are we talking about that?
Isn't that what it's called?
Yeah, but why?
Because it runs in my family.
What? Wait. I'm not laughing at that. I'm sorry. This is so out of the blue for me. What are you talking about?
You know about this. I've talked to you about this. On my mom's dad's side, my grandfather on my mom's side, there's a whole line of alopecia. Like no hair, like completely like baby's bottom. My grandfather had alopecia. And he
I
didn't.
feel like you have stronger ties to your dad's side.
I do have stronger ties to my dad's side, but that's why I'm saying the only
Oh
thing,
my gosh.
the only thing that
That's
would
a-
the only reason that I would ever be
I just
without any hair on my face would be if I had.
I wonder if that affects all hair
What do you
or
mean?
just your head hair.
No, everything. He had no hair on his armpits, nothing on his
Really?
legs, nothing.
Wow.
He had zero hair.
Wow. Wow.
Baby's bottom.
Wow. Because I was gonna say, I feel like you could.
But my
pull
uncle
off-
doesn't.
Huh? Oh,
My
yeah.
uncle doesn't. He's got bald. He's got baldness,
Yeah.
like
Oh my
some
gosh.
baldness, but it's not like my grandfather. My grandfather was,
So,
and he lost his hair once he
was
got
young?
older. Yeah.
older. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm sorry. It's just getting worse and worse and worse. We're gonna have to cut here soon. Um, I'm thinking about the hair. I was gonna say, I feel like you could pull off a shaved head.
I can pull off a shaved head.
But I'm saying with your beard and a shaved head, I feel like you could totally pull it off. Oh my gosh.
Stop touching that though.
I can't.
You need to.
It's so
So-
bad.
I have we told that story when I shaved my head?
And I don't remember why. Why did you shave your
Okay.
head?
So it was a joke.
And it was the wrong
The
time to.
worst time.
The worst time.
The worst time for that joke. So we had planned a family vacation where we were all going to the beach at Sarasota. We were going to spend a week at the beach, but everyone was going. My cousins on one side, my mom's family on the other, my grandparents, like everybody was going. So I thought it would be hilarious to show up with my head shaved
But why?
because I just
You
thought,
just thought it was
would
funny.
be funny. And I showed up and I got the laughs that I got. And I then realized that I was going to spend a week in the sun with a bald head. The amount of suntan lotion that I had to put on my head.
There's
just
a picture of this.
there is.
Because I think Mikey
We were-
was bald too.
And we were in the pool in Sarasota. And oh my goodness. I don't even remember. I know that no matter how much sunscreen you put on, when you go to the beach and you spend an entire week at the beach, you're going to get some sort of a burn. And for me, especially being as white as I am, like I always get burned. Like so much so that those naps in the afternoon are the best because the heat is coming off of you. You put the AC
Oh
nice
my
and
gosh.
cold.
Yes. Oh boy.
And you get that, and you start to feel that heat.
I'm so sorry.
Do you need to go real quick?
I'm so sorry. This is so bad. And it's just like I feel like my eyes are getting like smaller. How are my eyes? Are my eyes getting smaller?
They're normal.
Why do they? I feel like I have sand in them. I feel.
Do you need to go to the bathroom real quick?
No, I think we need to wrap up.
Well, we're not done yet. We have still have stuff to talk about.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Because I'm not done yet.
What do you have to talk about?
Stuff.
Oh God. Okay.
You're
Quick
gonna go?
break.
Okay, go.
Quick break. You want to pause it?
No, I'm not gonna pause it.
Oh, okay. All right. Quick
I'm gonna keep talking.
Okay.
Anyways, so I've actually wanted to shave my head as a joke to Ketmia. So write down in the comments if you think I should shave my head. It would have to be after the summer's over because I'm not gonna do that again for the summer. But if you think it would be funny for me to show up one day with my head shaved as a joke to Ketmia, let me know. Because I think I'm down to do it. I have a good round head, so it works. And I don't know that she would like it. Anyways. I think it would work. But she is right. It would work really well with a nice beard. Anyways, so I don't know if I want to talk about this before she comes. I'm gonna wait until she comes to go on to the next thing. But so this past week was her birthday. I think she's coming back. So this past week was her birthday, and she had stuff scheduled for her on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday was like a recuperation day. And then I had my birthday the following week, and we did something on Saturday in the afternoon. And I've been giving her a hard time about the fact that she got all the cool stuff and I got the leftovers. Let her know that it's not the way it should be done.
Have you been drinking water this whole time?
The whole time, just drinking water.
People could be like, how long can he hold it for?
That's the only thing that I've been doing is drinking water. Oh. I have said nothing about you.
Okay. So bad, honey.
Are you good now?
Do I look good? Because I don't feel like I look good at all. I feel like I look like shit.
You were...
So bad. I swear. Listen, I'm just going to ask because I need to know if this has happened.
Okay.
Have your eyes ever gotten so dry that the bottom lip of your eye inverts itself with all the eyelashes into your eye? And it's like you're being attacked?
It's because it's looking for water?
Has that ever happened to you?
No.
Bro, that has happened to me. That is the most frightening thing. I need to know in the comments if that's happened to anybody, okay?
I've had it the other way. Remember?
My eyelid was like, I was like trying to pull, like, bring it out. It's like it just like sucks
Stop touching your eye. You're
no,
gonna
I'm
get
good
going.
now. I'm good.
Okay.
I've got these. I've got to say.
Oh, the gel ones.
I have been.
Why is your voice shaking?
It's a spiritual experience.
You're like.
Listen, how many years have I been using all different types? I've used Visine and there's something with an S. And all of the amazing eye drops that are out there, okay? I have paid a pretty penny for some, barely anything for others. Nothing works long term. It'll work now, but then I need more drops and more. So then I find myself that I'm just like constantly putting eye drops. And then I found these. Not on TikTok. Not on Instagram, just me looking for eye drops. And somebody said, nothing has ever worked for me until I found this. And I was like, you know what? Let me try. I think my hand was in front of my face the entire time because I forget the camera's there. I'm so sorry if I just cut myself off.
Oh, was it?
Probably. Okay. I think I just completely blocked myself. And I got these drops. And first of all, like, I have a problem putting eye drops in my eyes because the moment that drop's coming, my eye starts like the other one's open, this one's closed, and it's like, no, open. Nikki, even when she's tried to do my makeup in my eyes, she's like, Mom, don't blink so much. It's like you're having a stroke. And I can't help it. I don't like things in my eyes. That's why I could never do contacts or anything like that, okay? But I think it was Nikki actually who told me not to try to put eye drops like this, but to open down here and just put it in there and let it spread. Mm-hmm. And this thing is like a gel. It feels like an eye drop, but it goes on like a gel. So the moment that little drop makes contact with your thing, it's completely absorbed. You blink, nothing comes out, everything stays inside. The relief that is felt, like, I won't need to use eye drops anymore until tomorrow. That's it. And if I use them from before when I don't need them, I don't feel like that's good either because you're putting stuff into your eye that's not necessary.
Yeah.
But I live. I should probably keep them here when we do the podcast. I think it's because the AC hits me and it dries me out. So
I feel the AC on my toes. I feel like my toes are turning blue.
Listen, you're gonna lose your toes. I think I'm tucked. I'm tucked here.
We may need to cut them off. Look at that. I'm losing color. Look at that.
No, bro, that's rough. But
all right.
Anyway.
So, what I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
It took us a little bit to get there, but we're gonna get there now.
All right. This is a surprise for me.
Okay. So, yesterday, we went to the comedy club to go see El Caballo, which is a local Miami personality. That's a good
on
way.
Social
That's
media.
a way to good way to put it.
Do you have some more water by any chance?
I do.
First time ever.
Ready? Well,
that's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
My mom always said, "Don't throw things at each other."
All right, so we went to go see him, and so this is not the first local personality that we've gone to go see. The other that we went to go see was Mario Ramil, and we saw him. He does his big show for Thanksgiving, the day before Thanksgiving every single year. We're gonna miss it this year because we're gonna be up at the land, but we went last year and we had such a phenomenal time. It was so good, so funny,
so crazy.
He was able to translate his Instagram personality into this stage show, stage presence,
variety show, right?
That was so much fun. So when we saw this guy was going to come and do his thing, immediately we were like, we should go. It's on my on the weekend of my birthday, and I was like, that's going to be the thing, because we didn't have anything planned for my.
That's what I was trying to say, is that it's Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah.
Your birthday lands on Memorial Day. Not on Memorial Day.
It's always like right on the weekend.
Right there, yeah.
So we decided to go, and we get there, and he brings on stage other local personalities that are kind of loud and kind of like not our jam, right? So the first couple people that go up on there, they're not really making us laugh, but they're kind of like, they're kind of trying to warm up the room. Yeah, there's a chuckle here, a chuckle there. The first lady, the one that was the host, she got us to laugh a little bit more. She had a couple more things. The second lady that came up, she should have never been up there. She does not deserve a spot on a stage, because I have never seen a room die
so fast
the way that it did. Then the third guy that went up there, you can tell he's new at comedy. He managed the room. He did okay. His
energy was good.
His energy was good. He was able to kind of bounce back when he lost his place and that kind of stuff. Then the fourth guy we had seen before, super funny. He was a good. And then comes the headliner at Caballo, the guy who we bought the tickets for. So when he gets up there, it became a church service. His comedy that he puts out on social media did not translate very well to a stage show. So I
want to interject something. I've never seen his online comedy. Okay. I honestly only know about him because you mention him so much. Mm-hmm. I remember you telling something to me while we were in France in Epcot. And you were like, "Oh my God, that guy looked like El Caballo." It's like random little things that you said here and there, right?
Right.
That are, well, you know him. And you even told me to expect a variety show.
Yeah. I thought he was going to be able to translate.
I didn't know what I was walking into. I was just excited, like.
Yeah, I thought he was going to be able to translate over the same way that Mario did. He didn't. So it was a rough. It was a rough go. And
it was like a church service.
It was a church service. He just went up there and he was on a soapbox and he was just, it was his thing. And It honestly,
Shy
like,
of saying, "Can I get an amen?" That's all he was
yeah,
missing.
that was all he was missing. So at the end of that, I started thinking, and I kind of had this thought over as we were coming home, like yesterday. I was thinking, I was like, is it something that you should try to do to meet people, right, who are famous or that you like or that you've seen on social media or whatever? Like, how does that work? Is that something you should try and do? Or if it happens, it happens. Like, how did, like, that, my mind started thinking about that. And we talked about Aaron Rodgers being on the podcast with Joe Rogan, and he's had a little bit of a bad rap because of what's been going on with his decision on what team he's going to go to and all that kind of stuff. And we're kind of like, the guy's a little bit stuck up maybe or whatever. But I heard a 3-hour podcast with him. Guy seems super down to earth. I've seen, I remember when I was first starting at Bed Bath & Beyond that I met Jessica Alba, and that was a celebrity crush thing.
What?
What?
Bro, didn't you tell me she was like your hall pass or something? You're
Yeah,
not
but
ever supposed to meet your hall pass.
I know, but I did. And
Bro.
when I saw her,
This is a girl with the big forehead, right?
yes, I wasn't going to go there, but so
She
anyway,
doesn't have a big forehead in real life.
no, it's twice the size of what you see on TV.
What?
Anyways,
Oh my god. Okay.
I think her personality made it bigger.
Wait, what?
Her personality?
Makes the forehead bigger?
Yeah.
How can that even be?
Because I couldn't stand being in the same space with her. Extremely rude and very...
Whoa!
Oh, yeah.
No, she's
Yeah.
a diva.
She got scratched off the list.
Oh.
Anyways,
Oh my gosh.
so I just thought about that. I was like,
Didn't you meet a princess from like a foreign Arabian place?
yes, that was funny though.
That was cool.
I love telling that story.
That was so cool.
we get-
I don't think you've ever told that story.
So it was like,
I remember it was Bed Bath.
yeah, it was a Bed
In
Bath
the
& Beyond.
circle.
What do you mean the circle?
In the place. I think it was
Yeah,
Dayland Station.
Dayland Station.
Yeah.
And I get this guy in a black suit.
And sunglasses. Do you still have
on.
water? I
Yeah,
still
stop.
have.
This guy in a black suit shows up and he says, "We would like to shop in your store tonight." And I'm looking at him. I'm like, "The store's open. You can go ahead and shop." He's like, "No. After the store closes, we'd like to shop in your store." And I'm like, "I don't think that's something that we can do." And he goes, "Let me explain myself." He's like, "I have the Princess of Arabia who is coming in to shop for an apartment that she just bought on Miami Beach. They say Bed Bath is the place to get it. I've walked in the store, I look, I know she likes.
Oh my god.
We're going to spend lots of money, but nobody can be here. Can you make that happen?" So store closes at 9 o'clock. And I said, "We're going to need an hour. At 10 o'clock, she can come in and shop."
Why? Oh, to get everybody out.
To get everybody out and all that kind of stuff. I also told him, I was like, and with the understanding that we have a crew that works the night, that is going to be filling the shelves. There's going to be pallets on the floor. Like, if she doesn't mind shopping through that, we can make it happen. He goes, "That's fine." So they show back up at 10 o'clock at night. It looked like a scene out of a movie. There was like 5 SUVs. Everyone comes out. There's like 20 people entourage that come in with her. And when you can't speak directly to her,
How did she pick your store of all the Bed Bath?
it's the biggest Bed Bath & Beyond.
Oh.
So when she comes in,
You can't
you
speak
can't
direct.
speak directly to her. So a guy comes up to me and says, "If you have a question or an answer to give to her, you need to tell me, and we will relay the message, and then we'll let you know what her answer is. Here's the best part. She spoke English, right? So when she would ask a question, she would ask the guy who's next to her, which one is the best pillow, right? The guy that was next to her would ask another guy who would ask the guy who was going to tell me.
In English.
In English. I already heard the answer, but I had to wait for the question to be asked.
Bro.
Before it got to me.
Bro.
And then I would answer him, and he would go all the way back. By the time that I answered him, she was already listening.
Right,
and then she's already looking at the pillow that I was already talking about.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
Wow.
Whatever it is.
And did you have to call corporate to let them know this
No,
was happening?
I called. So I was still, that was when I was doing my training. So I still wasn't the store manager, but I was the assistant. So I just called the store manager and I said, hey, listen, this is what's going on. Is it cool for us to do that? And he says, yeah, go ahead and do it. Just, make sure that that they understand that there's going to be people working, that, there's not going to be any stop to work. So then, the other thing that I thought was absolutely hilarious was that she had a guy walking behind her with a chair. Okay. And his job was literally to catch her when she sat. Because without
with his
warning.
Head, the moment that he misses.
No. Without warning, she would sit. Like, I'm talking about plop her butt down. And if that chair was not there, she was on the floor. Yeah. Like, I don't think the guy would make it. I think he would be thrown off the 5th story. Like, it was the craziest thing. She spent I think it was $13,000 or $14,000. And they took everything.
Does the machine take that kind of?
It was an American Express Black. No limit. Just swipe it. That's the only time I ever held the card. I've seen the card on with a couple people, but the Big Show had one. So he was a customer there. He lived right here in Miami. So the WWF wrestler. And he would actually go to my chiropractor.
Mm-hmm. We saw him there.
Yeah, and we saw him at the chiropractor, which was pretty cool too. But and Jessica Alba, I met her at the same store. So this was a popular store.
Yeah.
So anyways,
it's next to the airport, no?
Yeah, it's right. It's
close.
It's close. So the card weighs 4 pounds. It's a credit card, but it's like this super dense metal.
Really?
It's really, really super heavy, super cool. It has no name on it. It has no markings on it. It has nothing. It just has a strip on the back. There's no numbers. There's no numbers at all. So apparently if you have an issue with it and you need to use to key in the numbers or whatever, you have to call American Express, and then there is they would speak to the person, and then the person would then talk, because there's no limit on the card. So you can literally go and buy $1 million worth of stuff, and it's not going to decline it. So
crazy.
I swiped the card and went right through, no problem, and they took everything. But it was funny because we had to help them load up the SUVs. So the princess was waiting inside the store while they were loading up the trucks, and she was getting all impatient and stuff to be able to leave. She's like, I'm ready to go. How much longer? It's $13,000 worth of stuff. It takes a minute to load up, the vehicle. And so when they load up the other vehicles, there was some stuff that needed to go into the truck where she was sitting in, because there's so many people. You got people that need to sit, plus you need to fill in all this merchandise. And she says, I am not going in a vehicle that has merchandise in it. He goes, my vehicle should be empty. So they actually took a couple of the guys. Yeah, they took a couple of people, stuck them into the trunk of the SUVs. They sat down, and then they piled up all the bags and stuff on top of them. It was hilarious. So we were literally pushing the stuff into the vehicle and shutting it while there were people inside, like
Bro.
like this. Yeah.
That's insane.
Anyways, so all that
she
to
was
say,
a princess.
she was a princess, absolutely. So all that to say is, like, sometimes it's better not to
Meet.
the peoples that are
So
around
you feel that because of what you saw yesterday with this guy, right? Has it somehow changed your view of him now on his social media?
No, because his comedy on social media is funny.
Okay.
Because they're quick.
So do you
Little
regret
spurts.
seeing him?
Not so much regret. If he comes again, if he has another show, I'm not going.
Right, right.
So
You saw him once and all that stuff.
yeah,
I mean, I
he
hold
seems
it-
like he's a pretty down to earth guy.
right.
Like he's not. I don't think the fame of it is like getting to his head. I think he's okay just being like a regular. I think he wants to be more of a regular guy. He just got a following. But what was your question?
I wasn't gonna say a question. I was just gonna say, I don't know. I think it's really a 50-50, right? That you could. I don't think that I could agree one way or the other that it's best not to meet these people that you know. Do you understand? Because I think. Oh man, sorry, my shoulder. I'm falling apart right on camera. I think that you could have a perception of someone based on the persona that you've seen, and then you meet them, and then she's a diva, and you're like,
Yeah.
X, right? And that kind of killed it for you. But at the same time, you could meet someone that you've wanted to meet, and they are absolutely amazing. And now it's just amplified how you see them, because I'm sure that I could meet Gordon Ramsay and it would be wow.
Yeah, like, and this is where we talked about
Nothing
this
of
stuff.
like,
Like-
oh, look, he's so rude.
Gordon Ramsay, Steve Carell, I think would be another person that would be super down to earth. I feel
Like I'm
like
thinking about like Shoei, for example.
Okay,
Okay.
here-
Otani. Have you heard that
Yeah,
he
but
has
he's-
them open the gate so he can sign all the balls for the kids?
yeah,
At the
'cause
end of the game.
That's the type of
And he's a star.
yeah. There is also
Some of these people, they wave at them and they're like cheering, and they don't even turn around to say, "Thank you, fans, for buying
Yeah.
a ticket to come see me."
what was it was. I just had a thought and I just lost it. Oh, look at what happened to Theo Von. Did you see what happened to him?
Where someone attacked him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did see that.
So
at a restaurant or a bar or something.
yeah, on the podcast with Aaron Rodgers, Joe Rogan addressed that. He talked about what happened with Theo.
Okay.
And because he was talking about how Joe was talking about how he used to be able to go into a city and then be able to go out to a bar that night and enjoy spending time with the people
In a regular
that were
setting.
local, because he was famous, but he wasn't famous. You know, and he says that like stuff like what happened with Theo. Like Theo is not a guy who likes to have an entourage. He likes to have his friends with him, and he likes to go out and enjoy the evening. So like he went out that evening. They went to go grab some food, and this guy, you know, they show only the video of the part where Theo
Shoves him or something.
grabs
Or
him
got
by
in
the
his
neck.
face. Yeah.
He grabbed him by the neck, you know. And then he goes, I had a conversation with Theo. I talked to him. He goes, these guys were enticing him for 30 minutes. And he was actually trying to leave. He was trying to close out his tab with the group that he was with to be able to leave, because he said that it was just not pleasant. And then the guy was just being very aggressive and trying to get over there to talk to him. And he says, and the thing about it is that he was part of a group, and he wasn't the one that was causing the problem, but because he was part of the same group and all of a sudden he came over, because here's the thing, the guy who came over actually came to apologize, but he was being an extension of a group that was already being aggressive with him, you know? So now Theo created this like lashing situation where he got upset. So now who's the bad guy? You know? So in those situations, it kind of sucks because he got a bad rap
Right.
for what happened. But do you blame him? You can't. And this is what I feel sometimes is a problem. You get people are they're normal people. You know, they just have this fame that's, you know, coming attached to them. But like it just depends on how people accept their new row of responsibility, because it is essentially, it's a responsibility. If you want to be famous, you're it's
I don't know.
if you want to be famous, if that's what you want, then you have a responsibility to your fans. I'm sorry, there's no other way around it. They're the ones who are paying your bills.
Okay, but what does that mean, that responsibility? Because I feel that I think it was Tom Hanks who shoved a paparazzi or something because they came up at
they
his
bumped
wife.
into his wife.
Okay, and so to me, it's like you can focus on, but
Paparazzi's not your fan though.
Oh, okay, no, but that's what I'm saying, right? What's a fan? A fan could be heckling you, supposedly, right?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like for Theo, like, so I'm looking at his situation. I think he took too long to leave. For one.
Well, maybe he was hoping, like, well, don't let them bother us, you know?
Two, you have to have somebody that's going to be with you that can take care of the tab in a situation like that, where you can walk outside and go into your car or go into the vehicle and wait while somebody else is taking care of the tab, so you're not having to be.
But that's an entourage, though.
In that
That's what
space.
an entourage does.
But I'm not saying that. He was there with his friends. Hey, here's my card. I'm gonna step out because this has become a very uncomfortable situation for everyone. I'm gonna step out. Can you take care of this, and we'll head out to somewhere else? Because I'm sure he's accepted. In that bar, it was just this one group of people that ruined the fun for everybody. You know.
And do you know what was happening with them? Were they heckling him or?
Yeah, they were just being very aggressive with him. You know, making fun of him. You know, things that he, like the way that he talks, the way that he says things, like, you know, there was stuff, they were just being very childish.
Yeah.
Childish adults. But anyways, I just wanted to bring that up because I wanted to kind of close with that because that's kind of what I was, like, my thought about yesterday kind of carried over into today a little bit, because we talked about it while we were having breakfast, we talked about,
Right.
you know, Aaron Rodgers and, but I just wanted to put that thought out there, and I didn't ask you.
So, to sum up, your thought was what?
My thought was, do you meet people that you follow and enjoy in one platform? I don't know what my thought is.
Yeah, I kind of sensed that. I feel like everybody will sense it too. Everyone's kind of like, what was the thought?
I think
it was a statement.
I think it was a
more
statement. I think maybe I needed to work it out, and I did work it out. So thank you, chat, for being my therapist.
Bro, listen, I will say this when we talk about that. I have not had an experience that I can think of that was either long enough for me to make a determination if the person I met was, oh, it was so cool to meet them, right? Because I have met singers, but it's like you're in a line and it's like, okay, your turn, picture, next. Not long enough for you to have any interaction with them to know they're nice or not nice. Okay.
Right.
And then other people that I've met that I've had a little bit more of an interaction with has been like, you're the person, you know? So I will never forget how the radio station we used to listen to, there was a guy in the afternoon. He kind of closed out our day, right? And he's a radio personality. And oh my gosh, how many times did I call in to, oh, can you play this song? And back in the days when radio was a thing, right? And then they were having this thing where they were having a signing and you were going to meet all of them. And oh my gosh, I was so excited to meet
Is
him.
James Shepard?
James Shepard. Okay, how do you know about this? I've told you this story.
Huh?
I've told you this
Well,
story.
no, I'm deducing just based off of what you've told me you listened to and closing out the evening. So WMCU
WMCU.
and closing out the evening
'Cause
is
that's
only
the
Donna
ol-
Jean,
Yeah. Donna Jean
was in the morning.
Yeah.
and then it was James Shepard at night.
Okay.
So I knew it had to be that. And you said
And-
he, so
Yeah, and I have to say that this was the only radio station we were allowed to listen to growing up, right? So everything was very strict. So we finally get there, right? And we're next. This is like the anticipation of A Christmas Story. Here you are. And then it's me and my friend, right? And we're like, oh, we wanted to meet James Shepard. And he's like, that's me.
here I am.
Bro, this is the first time I
Boom.
think.
I knew where I was going. I
Oh,
just
you do?
found out.
Okay, we're gonna pause mine so you can.
No, go.
Oh, you know?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
This is the first time I feel like I've said this. My face betrays me. My face speaks for myself. The disappointment, the audible that came out of me. Okay. And not ever. First of all,
I'm sure it's not
First
the
of all.
first time he got that.
whoa. First of all, his ethnicity shocked me. I was not expecting that. All right. Second of all, his face did not look like the voice that I had heard.
That's why they say you have a radio voice. Because the face never
Oh
matches
my
the radio
gosh.
voice.
But look, even Paul, our like little fan,
Mm-hmm.
right? He said on the very first episode, is this really you guys? Because that's not what I thought you looked like. There you go. Okay. And I think that once you've heard us for a while, now you've connected the face and all that stuff. So that just takes me to your question of meeting someone. Yesterday, your question was a little bit different because your question was about voice actors.
That's where I was going.
Okay, and I was just going to say, I was taking your whole caballo thing now, kind of trying to mesh the two, but I'm thinking the brilliance of the people who came up with Love is Blind. All right? You're not testing as the love blind. Somebody had the thought, should you meet your voice actor that you fancy so much?
Yeah.
And there was a debate, and now there's a whole show where people then meet each other and they're like, oh, that's what you look like?
Right. So this is where I had my initial thought and where I was kind of going. So Epic Universe has opened up in Orlando, which is the new theme park for Universal Studios, and they've got the Epic Universe,
Super Mario,
the Dark Universe.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
What the heck?
Didn't you start this episode yawning?
Yeah, but
You started.
stop.
Sorry.
Okay, so they have the rides, right? They have a ride that's like Frankenstein.
How to Train Your Dragon.
They have, yeah, but I'm talking about the Dark Universe one. It's
Oh,
like
I'm sorry.
Frankenstein is like running away, trying to catch Dracula, and they have Igor. They have a bunch of these guys, and they're all chasing after a werewolf, I think is what it is, something like that. The whole point of it is they're chasing after, and there's different characters, and one of the characters is Igor, right? And I had heard the voices of the ride, and they were really good. They played really well to the character. there's a Dracula voiceover. There's a, the Frankenstein is just grunting and that kind of stuff. But like, there's these different characters. And the guy who plays Igor decided to post a video on opening day, which was on Thursday.
22nd, whatever that was.
Yeah, whatever that was. And he's like, "Oh, I'm Igor, and I'm coming to win," and doing this whole thing. And I'm like, bro, no, don't do that.
Because that's not how he talks normally.
It's not how he talks normally. So he was walking around just talking to people
as
like,
Igor, but
as
not in
Igor, but not in
costume.
character. Okay. Now, mind you, this is a 25-year-old Indian man, right? Who does not look like anyone who would be you would never ever guess that he was doing any type of voice acting for anything. It just doesn't match, right? And I was like, oh. And I wrote a comment on that. I was like, voice actors should not voice their characters
unless you're in costume. Or unless you're doing a little demo at a convention. Yeah,
like if you're up there and you'd be like, oh, can you do the voice because we'd like to hear it?
Can you do that line?
And then you do the line, and that's it, and you move on. But the guy was in just speaking like him the whole time, walking up to people in the line and walking through the ride, and then introducing himself to the guy who's playing Igor for Epic Universe.
Okay, but can I tell you something? I just thought about something, because a voice actor doesn't always create a different voice for their character.
Correct.
So I know that, for example, Jodie Benson, who did Barbie and she did Ariel, okay? Mm-hmm. She talks like that. Mm-hmm. And she sounds, you close your eyes and you think it's Ariel who's talking. Mm-hmm. To me, that you're not even acting. That's right. Your voice. You're meeting the voice behind Ariel. That's it.
It's like if I'm talking normal.
Right.
And I'm having a normal conversation. And then all of a sudden, I'm Igor. And I'm
you're the monkey from Tarzan.
What?
You're the monkey that was Tarzan's friend.
I don't know how he goes.
Huh?
I don't know how he sounds.
So that's what I'm saying, though. That's the voice that you did, and now you're walking around doing that voice, but right, you were a monkey in Tarzan.
Exactly. Yeah, it just doesn't. It doesn't
fit.
It doesn't
go. It doesn't fit.
So, I had a conversation back and forth with some people who were like, "Oh my goodness."
I feel like I would have looked at him and I'd be like, who are you supposed to be?
Like, what are you doing?
Who are you supposed to be? I'm Igor.
You can mock the sound of the guy who does Igor. That's what it sounded like. So in my conversation going back and forth, I brought up the fact of Bart Simpson. And you didn't know this.
I didn't know that.
Okay, Bart Simpson is a 60-year-old white woman who does a voice
of a man.
Of a boy.
But isn't
Bart Simpson's a small one.
Oh.
So
what's the father's name?
Homer.
Oh boy. Since right now I've been thinking you meant Homer, bro.
Okay.
I was like, wow. Still.
So it's a woman who does the voice of Bart Simpson, and the thing about it is that that's all she's known for. I'm sure she's done some other voiceover stuff, but she's famous for how many years she's been doing Bart. And she likes to go to drive-thrus in different places and start talking like Bart Simpson to introduce herself as the person who does it.
But could that just be, let's just put it out there, right? Could that just be a person who just needs the recognition?
The attention, absolutely.
Because there's 100%. Some people who... Listen, there's some people who go out there and even you'll meet them and they'll be like, oh, yeah, I used to do this too.
She's wanting.
Right.
She's wanting that. Right. And like to me, I'm like, oh, don't do that. Like.
Because it kind of destroys the idea that you have.
It destroys the idea. Right. And in my comments, I also said, and this is a part that I don't want anyone to misunderstand, the voice actors definitely should be getting all the credit for the work that they're doing.
But this has nothing to do with that. Your comment has nothing to do with it.
Right, but that's the attack that I got. It was like, oh, they should be getting credit. They blah, blah, blah.
But
of course they should be getting credit.
Yeah,
but
those are two different
don't
things.
act like the character and throw the whole thing off, because it really does. It does throw things off. But anyways, that's why I just like that whole thing. It was like I felt the same way about that comment when we met, or when we went to go watch Caballo. It just didn't translate.
And I just want to say, like with Mario's comedy, right? I was very interested to see how he was going to translate his social media comedy to a stage, because his social media comedy is all about him dressing up as different characters. Okay,
right.
So he dresses up like his mom and his grandfather and your local barber or whatever, right? It's always a character. It's never him just doing something funny.
But he interacts with his character.
With his yes, it's so him interacting with his character. That's what blew him up. That's it. Funny stuff like that, very relatable and everything. Right. But how do you now talk to me in stand-up comedy and give me a set that you put together that's like that? Well, we didn't know that he was actually bringing these characters out in a way that did interact.
So smooth.
Yeah, it was great. Obviously, was great. He knows what he's doing.
It was so great.
But yeah.
Anyways,
different opinions for different people, right?
Yeah. All right. Anyways, so for this week, this episode comes out on Thursday. Today is Thursday that you're listening to this. And you are now in the Carolinas with your family up there, enjoying
a little baby Wyatt.
enjoying babies. And I am getting ready to go to New York with Mike. So it's just going to be a boys' trip up to New York for the weekend. So we're going to be there all day Friday. Our flight comes in at 10 o'clock in the morning, I think it is. 10 o'clock on Friday. So we've got all day Friday, all day Saturday, all day Sunday, like 3/4 of a day on Monday. And then we fly back. So
you're going to be dead.
We're going to be wrecked. We've got like a plan of where we're going to go, what we're going to see, what we're going to eat, like everything going ready to go there. So you thought it would be a really good idea to, you guys have heard from Mike on the phone, because was it last week or the week before? He called in right in the middle of us doing our show, and we popped him on. So you had
he's been asking.
Yes, but I'm saying you had the idea of, well, he's going to be here with us.
Because you guys are flying out of Miami.
The day before you leave. So we are going to have, it's probably going to be a shorter episode than normal. Because we're just going to have Mike join us. And he's going to be on our following episode, which I have absolutely no idea how I'm going to make it work. Because how do I put 3 people on a screen?
So he and I are going to be sharing screen here.
Yes,
it's going to be 2 of us and 1.
I don't know how to put that many people on a screen.
I don't know.
I just thought about that literally right now.
So I wonder, just be patient with us. But I think perhaps for this thing that we're trying to do, we may need to change the angle again. Go back to using the stands for this one time so you can push it further back. That way when you blow it up, you can put 3 people on a screen.
Oh, I just thought of a different idea.
Okay, but as long as you have an idea.
I just thought of a different idea.
This is offline conversation, honey.
I say we go to one camera and we sit 1, 2, 3 here facing this way, and we bring both our mics to just capture the sound. So the audio will be a little bit further,
But how will we talk?
like normal.
But we're going to face the camera?
Yeah,
Interesting.
we'll figure it out. It'll be a fun episode. It's going to be just a little bit of
Something
conversation
different.
with Mike.
I
So
mean,
you guys have
yeah.
something to look forward to for the week after.
We may need to put warnings.
We'll put some
But
warnings.
he's actually really good about editing
He
himself.
is. He is good.
So your audio is not glitching.
Yeah.
It's just him.
Yeah. And the beep bop, boop boop
Oh
bop beep.
man, it's so funny.
Anyways, so
We're very excited about it. We
Yeah.
have no idea what we're going to talk
We have
about
no
or how
idea.
we're going to do it.
it'll be something new, something to look forward to. Not or what will be the next episode after
Yeah.
this one. So that's it. That's all I got. You got anything else?
I'm hungry.
I am hungry. We had
I'm glad we're on the same wavelength.
we had some delicious eggs this morning,
We did.
but I'm ready for some
They've
food.
worn out already.
Yeah. It's 2:00 in the afternoon. What happened to this day?
I know. It's gone.
I know.
And
Anyways,
tomorrow we should be off.
we're not
We
talking about this.
Should
No,
be. The rest of the country is off celebrating Memorial Day.
your fault, not mine. Okay, and I'm fake working tomorrow, so
I know.
I'm literally going to go
it's your
supervise.
birthday. You deserve it.
I'm literally going to go supervise. I'm going to sit in my truck with my AC on, and I'm probably going to catch a movie. It'll be small screen, but it'll work.
It works.
Yep.
Trust me. It gets
All right.
me through my lunch hours.
All right, Missy, I love you.
I love you, darling.
This episode is done. Until next time, like, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff,
And comment.
and comment. There's things to comment, especially in the silence when Ketmia left the room.
Ooh, I love it. I'll never hear it though.
I know, that's why I said stuff. See you guys next
Bye
time.
now.
Bye now.